Cam Earlham. Hey yo, I'm Pause Been Chillin', Burger Patty Grillin', Pause Been Chillin', Burger Patty Grillin'.
Welcome to the barbecue.
All right, y'all. That was our first music break. Thank you for tuning in.
It was a good one.
Yes, KCOU 88.1. It's currently 6:21. And guys, I don't know if you've heard about vaping or just like what it is, the effect it's had on the American people.
That's right. This season of the barbecue, we're bringing you public advisory.
Public advisory, political commentary, all of it.
Oh yes, because hip hop is political.
Ooh.
I mean,
And I
Hip hop is political?
I think so. I mean, it can also not be.
like imagine someone like making a whole song about not vaping, a whole like rap song.
Oh, I'm sure D.A.R.E has tried.
Hip hop is like a political wet blanket.
Political wet blanket.
Political wet blanket. What does that mean?
I'm not gonna build on that. I'm gonna let it ride. It sounded nice. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry. Didn't mean that to sound.
It's okay.
But yeah, so vaping has been in the news lately. Not that it hasn't been in the news.
My arms are
before.
crossed right now. I want you guys saw it. My arms are crossed. I'm mad. I'm upset.
Sydney looks real grumpy.
You upset that they're banning it?
Oh no,
That they're
not
going
at all.
for it? Oh,
No,
okay.
I think that I don't know. It's just I don't even know where it came from. And I used to see these little I thought they were like someone broke a flash drive or something, and I'd see them on the ground, and I'm like, oh, someone lost their flash drive. They broke their charge or whatever.
No.
And I discovered today
They're
when I was
jewel
pulling
pods.
into yes, they are jewel pods because I finally saw the box next to it, and I was like, wow, because they're literally all over campus. Everywhere you go, they're on the ground somewhere. So
Juuls and vapes and e-cigarettes were made to help actual smokers
yes,
quit
precisely,
smoking.
yes. And these little kids are like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm so cool.
Because they're cheap and I feel like before
I don't
since
know
they were
about cheap.
They're
well,
not
yeah.
cheap.
Well, they're not cheap now. They used to be. I remember when they used to sell them in the vendors at malls.
Yeah.
Like when you were a kid and you were like, oh, you want to try this electric cigarette? And you said, I'm 4. But, no. So it's I feel like the flavors, like the fruit flavors
Yeah,
are
that's what
brought
gets
the
people
kids.
for sure.
I just, get a hobby.
Yeah, no, it's
If y'all had hobbies, you would not be picking up random things and,
smoking.
yeah, right?
So y'all think it's a good move by the government to ban e-cig flavors?
Yeah, because I know Michigan, KCOU.
Oh, we love it.
I saw that they did it first, and then I think a week later, now it's moving into a more of a national space of talking
Sure.
about that in that conversation. But at the same time, I feel like I saw a tweet earlier, and it said there have been 6 deaths from vaping, and we're making all these changes, all these laws, but there's all these mass shootings and stuff like that, but there haven't been any big movements on gun laws and gun reform.
Sure.
So I think that's an interesting,
That's a valid angle.
it's weird when you think about it. Think about it too hard, it's wow, that's facts.
If anything, my question with all this is what happens to people who are sincerely addicted to cigarettes and
Yeah.
where do they go now? I know they have the patches and gum, but electronic cigarettes and vapors were and I say this having done no research, but I feel like that was a bigger, more popular way to wean yourself off with tobacco because you
Yeah.
could control how much nicotine was in the product. And so eventually it would just be water vapor, and water vapor isn't addictive. It's
Yeah.
water.
I look at it as a kind of a big win for tobacco companies, because
Really?
I feel like banning e-cigs is kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It leaves kids with nicotine addictions, and who
That's
knows, they might want to try cigarettes when they didn't really feel like it before, but now that they're actually hooked on nicotine, it becomes more of a viable option. That's my take on it.
Wow.
That's facts.
Yeah, no, that is.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like marijuana, if we hail a prohibition on e-cigs, they're just gonna find more, I don't know, what you call deviant ways to get it,
Yeah.
like black markets. Or right now we're kind of in a gray market area where kids can get that stuff off of eBay and stuff. But I think it's more of a federal government thing to, I guess, in terms of regulation, create better stronger barriers between kids and like buying these products, maybe with more stricter, I don't know, like
Laws, rules.
ID validation and stuff like that.
But then even with
verification, yeah, even with that, I mean, there's still leg room, but I mean,
Fake
Yeah.
IDs, all that.
Yeah, no, around here they don't check IDs all the time. And I don't mean to put anyone on blast, but
I mean, yeah, and it kind of sucks because it's like they just need to make a profit because it's like the college kids scare away the locals, and then all they have all these college students that can't really use their products. So it's like
Sure.
I can't advocate for how they make a profit, but it's like if I were local and like a whole bunch of little kids were like trying to like crowd all the spots I wanted to go through with my friends, and like I would feel for the business owners
yeah,
because
Sure.
they're losing the people that can like legally interact with their products, you know?
that's very true.
and I wouldn't feel bad if like Juul was missing out on millions or billions
Oh,
of
yeah,
dollars.
not
That's
at
not,
all.
you know.
Because I feel
But-
like even like they know the health effects and they're still like, oh,
they're pushing it.
yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks, man. You died. You're in the
Business is
hospital.
business,
Ooh.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
and I don't think I'm not gonna speak for like the tobacco community, but I feel like if you already smoked cigarettes before vaping, it's not gonna be much of a transition going back to smoking cigarettes.
That's true.
And I don't think it's a terrible idea to like call for a prohibition on e-cigs, but I think it should be. I think there should be more thought that goes into
Yeah.
it.
And then 6 years when we all have nicotine addictions, then Jewel will be like, hey, sounds like you need some smoking cessation products. And it's going to come full circle.
Yeah.
And all of us are going to
Maybe
be
these
like,
kids need
yeah.
it. Maybe they're stressed out, you know?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Wow.
They don't need it.
All
I
right.
mean,
Okay.
well, no, I don't have anything meaningful
was-
to say other than outrage.
I was gonna say was the barbecue. We do not support vaping.
No.
We don't support it.
We publicly hate vapors
Yeah.
and vaping.
See, I don't
Stop
hate
blowing it in
vapors,
my
but
No,
like,
I hate all
stop.
of
Please
them.
stop. Your lungs. Your
Yeah.
lungs, please.
And also, y'all don't know manners with like blowing it in people's faces. Like, I don't know how many people I know that have like asthma or like a breathing condition or just like really don't appreciate it. And every time I stand in line somewhere downtown,
It's like-
somebody's like,
Yeah, even when I try to fall asleep at night, I still hear like the cackle of a Juul pod just going off.
oh my God.
Wow, or people just like walking down the street. You think you're like, there's like cotton candy somewhere, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
there's a dude around the corner just vaping the cotton candy flavor, and
You're
it's
like,
like,
whoa, who's making
cotton candy? Who's making
selling-
cake?
Who's selling mangoes? Oh, never mind. Does somebody have ripe mangoes right now? Can I have a ripe mango? Oh no, dude, it's just a Juul pod.
And so
Sick.
it's now, they did research on it, I guess, some preliminary research, and they think it's because of the vitamin E that's in these vapes. I think that might only apply to like marijuana vapes, but
Is that what makes it addictive?
no, it's what causes the infection.
Oh.
Yeah. It's what causes the, like, I don't know if it's a virus or an infection. I didn't do any research. I can only offer
Yeah.
aphorisms, but
I mean, infections aside, I remember my grandma would send me like all these articles about people in like South Florida whose vapes would like explode in their mouths. Did you guys see
No, I
those?
never heard about that.
No, so
like a
allegedly,
Samsung phone,
yeah.
We do not support Androids either.
Oh,
vapes on an
no.
airplane.
Well, I don't know that. We don't know if most of our fan base are Android users.
Oh, yeah.
We
No,
can't
we
say-
love
we take that
Androids,
back.
y'all.
We
We
take that
love
back. We are
Androids.
we're a phone company neutral. This is a phone company neutral safe space. But no, so my grandma would send me these like weird and like graphic articles from like these local news outlets that I've never heard of. And they were like, yeah, 2 boys had their lips and jaw blown off because of like vaping, and they would have like this is the part that always got me, is that they would have these like graphic photos, and I was like, I don't know what newsroom would let you just like post these photos,
Yeah.
but my grandma was like, better not. You better not be vaping. It's like, grandma, I don't even know how to
No,
get
I don't
a
know who
vape.
she is.
Grandma,
Yeah.
we need some source checking right now.
Yeah, I said, grandma, you better not be vaping. Seems like you are near some sort of magnetic field that is making all these vapes blow up.
She's like, hold on, cackles in the distance.
Yeah. It's like,
But all right, so no, vaping is a no.
big no.
Vaping is whatever.
It's whatever.
In my opinion. it's a
Like-
whatever thing.
Do you say that as like a
The problem is really big.
whatever? Like you're whatever. Or like a I don't really have an issue.
I don't. Yeah, I guess I'm just morbid that way. I don't think that.
I feel like if it threatens your life, like I can't like.
Yeah, I think that's with anything though. I mean, not that anybody asked, but my stance on this is let the like nicotine like addicts that are trying to recover reclaim
Yeah,
Juuls,
yeah.
like because that was made for
They're
them.
so
That wasn't made
passionate
for
about
you.
that,
Yeah, like that's not. That's just another thing that like millennials are taking for their own. Say that like I'm not a millennial, but
Or we
like
could allocate those funds towards like the opioids epidemic.
yeah, right.
That would be kind of.
Yeah. Let's talk about that next.
Hey yo, I'm Paul Span chillin', burger patty grillin', Paul Span chillin', burger patty grillin'.
Welcome to the barbecue.